This list was much more difficult than I had originally thought it would be, so these will not be in any particular order since attempting to find the correct order would probably drive me insane. I also just had to give Stardew Valley an honorable mention here. Since I don't own it physically yet, I wasn't allowed to put it in my top 10 based on my own rules. Having put over 700 hours into it across all my different files, I couldn't not at least mention it. Stardew is the best farming sim ever made, and everyone should at least try it once. It does everything correct, and the best part is that it was made by one person. I would rather support an individual who is passionate about his own work than a greedy corporation any day. Rune Factory 3 Special is a remastered version of the Nintendo DS game Rune Factory 3: A Fantasy Harvest Moon, released in 2023 for Nintendo Switch and PC. It features a blend of life simulation and action RPG gameplay, where players farm, fish, and battle monsters while trying to find a way for humans and monsters to coexist. The special version includes new features like Newlywed Mode, another episode, and a hell difficulty setting, along with improved HD graphics and 3D character models. I have played Rune Factory 3, 4, and 5 on Switch, and I enjoyed this one the most, even though 4 is objectively the best of those three. I like the story and ability to go from woolly to human. This one is a great starting point. You could beat it pretty quick if you focus on the main story, or you could put tons of hours into it, leveling up practically everything, and creating friendships and relationships. There is basically a never-ending amount of content in these games, and they are all fantastic in their own way. Unicorn Overlord is a tactical fantasy RPG developed by Vanillaware. Known for its iconic art style and deep gameplay mechanics, players control Prince Elaine, who leads a liberation army to reclaim the continent of Fevrith from the Zenoiran Empire. The game features an expansive open world with exploration, resource gathering, and town liberation alongside a unique, automated real-time combat system where players strategically set up units and their abilities, with over 60 unique characters, diverse classes, and a focus on strategic unit customization. Unicorn Overlord offers a deep and rewarding experience for fans of the genre. This is hands down the best strategy RPG I've ever played. It had so many actual RPG elements which I thoroughly enjoyed, like the ability to explore the entire world and find all kinds of special items and secrets along the way. I just finished this one recently and basically 100%ed it. I still have a couple dialogue options to read through, but other than that, I completely completed this game and loved almost every second of it. I could not recommend this one enough. If you like strategy games at all, or even just JRPGs, this is a great beginner strategy game. The battles are so simple and quick, you can finish some in less than a minute. It is extremely easy to understand, the base mechanics at least. Fully learning and memorizing everything about every unit might take some time though. I could go on, but I don't want to spoil much, so just go get it and play it. For the King is a strategic RPG that combines tabletop and roguelike elements, featuring procedural maps, turn-based combat, and co-op gameplay. Players explore the kingdom of Farul, which is in chaos after the king's murder, to stop the impending doom. The game can be played solo, in local co-op, or online co-op, with up to 3 players. This game is incredible. It has multiple different campaigns to try out on multiple difficulties. The mechanics are a ton of fun to learn and attempt to master. The RNG controls everything anyway, but you can sure try to use your knowledge to not get destroyed too quick. I still need to beat the harder difficulties, but I sure do enjoy every attempt I make, even though it always ends with RNG basically destroying me. I haven't had a chance to play D&D yet, but I feel like anyone who enjoys that would probably enjoy this as well. Salt and Sanctuary is a 2D action RPG developed by Ska Studios that blends the challenging combat and exploration of the Dark Souls series with the interconnected world design of Metroidvania games. Players control a shipwrecked sailor on a cursed island, battling grotesque enemies and massive bosses in a dark, stylized world. The game features deep RPG mechanics, including extensive character customization, a vast skill tree, and a wide array of weapons and armor, all within a brutal but rewarding gameplay loop where players collect salt to level up their character. I will always remember this game as being the first Souls-like that I ever beat, and it showed me that those games are not impossible, even for someone as terrible at games as me. This game is just such a masterpiece. Even if you don't like really difficult games, I would still recommend it. It's a great Metroidvania where almost anyone can beat it, if you use the correct build. Magic is a bit broken since you can keep a safe distance. It makes the late game so easy once you upgrade it a bit. This is also a great spooky game to play around Halloween. The art style is beautiful, dark, and gross at times. I still need to actually go back and play this all the way through with Melee one day. Can't wait to get destroyed while trying that. Enter the Gungeon is the challenging bullet hell dungeon crawler roguelike developed by Dodge Roll Games, where players control a band of misfits who must descend into the Gungeon to find the legendary gun that kills the past. The game features procedurally generated levels, a vast arsenal of unique guns, and a focus on dodging enemy bullets and using the dodge roll mechanic. Players collect loot, unlock new items and weapons, and save NPCs to gain an edge in their quest for personal absolution. This was the first bullet hell game I ever enjoyed. The gameplay is incredibly smooth, the dodge roll mechanic is perfect, and this game is so much more fun once you master that. This game is incredibly addicting. I remember putting dozens of hours into it back when I first got the Switch. The variety of guns and other things is incredible. Couldn't recommend this one enough. Ori and the Blind Forest is a 2015 Metroidvania action platformer developed by Moon Studios and published by Microsoft Studios. Players control Ori, a spirit guardian, on a journey to save the dying forest of Nibel from a dark nemesis. The game is known for its stunning hand-drawn art style, emotional story, atmospheric music, and fluid, challenging gameplay that requires players to acquire new abilities to progress through its interconnected world. I know this is a Switch video, but this game basically saved gaming for me back on the Xbox. I had a 360 and loved it, so of course I upgraded to the Xbox One when it came out, and I struggled to find a game I enjoyed for a very long time. This one made me realize I still loved games, I just needed to give up on the Xbox completely. I was so glad when this got ported to the Switch so I could enjoy it all over again and finally own it on a console I enjoy. The art is beautiful, the gameplay is perfect, and the sequel is even better in some ways. I just had to go with the first due to nostalgia. Octopath Traveler 2 is a 2023 party-based JRPG developed by Square Enix and Acquire Corporation, featuring a unique HD 2D art style that blends 2D pixel art with 3D environments. Players choose one of 8 distinct characters to start their journey in the world of Celestia, a land on the cusp of a technological revolution. The game is known for strategic turn-based combat, which involves exploiting enemy weaknesses and using a boost system to enhance attacks. This one was difficult. Part of me wanted to go with the first due to it being the first HD 2D game I got, and I got it on a whim without any research. Ended up loving my time with it more than I expected, so when the sequel got announced, I was there day one. This game did everything the first one did, and more, and it did them all better. The characters interact more, and stories connect a little more. The gameplay is the same perfect turn-based combat as before. The music is some of the best in any JRPG I've ever played. Do yourself a favor and go play this game. Dead Cells is a 2018 roguelike action platformer developed by Motion Twin, where players control a reanimated corpse, the prisoner, on a procedurally generated, ever-changing island. The game features fast-paced skill-based combat, a permadeath system, and a Roguevania structure that blends roguelike elements with Metroidvania-style exploration and progression. Players collect cells to unlock permanent upgrades, master a variety of weapons and skills, and fight their way through challenging levels to defeat the island's king. This game is like Castlevania on crack. The movement is so quick and responsive. There are very few games I've played that feel this incredible to play. I'm terrible at games usually, but even I managed to beat 5 of the 6 difficulties. I still need to work on the last one, and I need to try out more of the DLC content that I had missed during my time of not playing it. They kept adding so much content, some of which was even free. One of the more recent ones was an actual Castlevania expansion, and I'm so glad they made a new physical for it. I'm always happy to add something Castlevania related to the shelf, especially since Konami doesn't seem to want to make any real new ones anymore. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is a 2022 action role-playing game for the Nintendo Switch, developed by Monolith Soft and published by Nintendo. It features a massive open world, a story centered on 6 soldiers from warring nations who must unite to uncover a dark secret, and a unique combat system allowing up to 7 characters on screen at once. The game is the latest installment in the Xenoblade Chronicles series, and is known for its impressive graphics and scope on the Switch. I can't say much without spoiling this one since the story is the most important part. It's basically about these children who are destined to die by the age of 10, and they all have to go to war until that time. The gameplay is similar to an MMO in ways, mostly the combat, which doesn't click with everyone. I would still recommend playing it. Just do it on easy to be safe and get to enjoy the story, and the better gameplay parts like exploration and side quests. I recommend playing all these Xenoblade games. This one just had a slightly better story that I personally got attached more to. The others have great stories as well. Yes, even 2, which was the first one I played. It's not as bad as everyone thinks. These games will most likely take at least 100 hours of your life, though, so be warned. Ys returns with a brand new adventure for the first time in 8 years. Adol awakens shipwrecked and stranded on a cursed island. There, he and the other shipwrecked passengers he rescues from a village to challenge fearsome beasts and mysterious ruins on the isolated island. Amidst this, Adol begins to dream of a mysterious blue-haired maiden living in an unknown world. Join Adol as he unravels the riddle of the cursed isle and the blue-haired maiden, Donna, in Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Donna. This was my first Ys game, and it is just perfect. The story had me hooked immediately, and the gameplay just feels so fun and flawless. The exploration and characters were a lot of fun, and I have since played through almost every Ys game. This game made me a die-hard fan, and more people need to play it. This game made me more of a fan of JRPGs, and now I have played through more JRPGs in the last 6 years or so than in my entire life before that. My ADHD would usually take over and make finishing games difficult, but when they have stories like this, it makes them so much easier to stay focused on and to actually finish. And that is all 10 of my favorite Switch games, plus Stardew Valley, I've played so far. Leave your top 10s and any game suggestions you may have down below. Hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time.